Hey guys, it's Yobi1 checking in. Today I'm just gonna do a little bit of a chat video. We'll chat with each other. I'll drink a beer and we'll kind of just say what's up. Yeah, so a little bit of an update on my jet process. I'll give you guys a heads up. So once you find out that you are shortlisted, um, they'll usually let you know maybe in April. So I found out first week of April that I was shortlisted. And then the next step, what happens is you're gonna have to hit a checklist of certain things that you need to submit before the deadline. For example, my deadline to submit further documentation is June 14th. So before June 14th, I have to submit a police record check. Also, I have to submit a confirmation paper, like an acceptance sheet. That was actually due at the end of April, by April 26th. I already sent that in and officially accepted the job. Then the next things that they'll need, your passport information, and then if you have any adjustments, there's an amendment form too. But basically, just a little bit of advice. So what I had done is my passport was about to expire at the end of April anyway, so I'd sent it off. I didn't think I was in any rush to get it because I figured, okay, I'll get it. I'll probably get it in May, and then I'll have several weeks to submit it. So I sent it off by mail. I actually also made a mistake on mine because my passport was damaged. But anyway, I submitted almost all my identification, like physical copies of that, with my passport application. And then I went to go get the police record check, and all I had was my driver's license. So they actually required me to have a second form of ID too. I didn't think that far ahead, so that was my bad. But so now I have to sit and wait for my passport and all my secondary IDs to come back before I can submit that police record check. So it's cutting it kind of close to the deadline. Hopefully I'll have everything submitted by the end of May. I don't like submitting things in slowly or late. In the back of my mind, I have a feeling like all the good jet placements are going to be taken up by the people who submitted the forms in right away, most likely. So if I get a bad placement, maybe it's because I took my time on submitting the forms and stuff. So we'll learn from that. Make sure, I don't know, we'll find out where I get placed, and then we'll maybe check back to this video and see how that goes. Other than that, I've just been really relaxing. I finished working at my university, so that's done. Finished at the end of April. It was a really good experience this past year working with them. Kind of reinstated my faith in people and coworkers and stuff. So I thought it was really good. Hopefully stay friends, stay in touch with them. But yeah. Now I'm just working at the Japanese restaurant that I've been working at for the past few years. It's a ramen restaurant, so yeah, I get my Japanese fix still, which is good. And then I don't really have anything else really planned for the summer. I'm just really relaxing. And I'm actually finding it nice to kind of rest and relax and take it easy and maybe have time to make more videos and chat with you guys. Because yeah, it was pretty hectic, pretty busy. I'm still working with Animathon, so I just came back from promoting Animathon at the Calgary Comic Expo, which is kind of like one of Canada's San Diego Comic Cons or something like that. So there's actually a lot of people. I think last year 60,000 people went. I don't know if 60,000 went this past year, but there's still a lot of people. But it was such an amazing time, because you get to see celebrities, which is kind of cool if you like celebrities. I don't usually chase after or try to like watch celebs or things like that, but a couple big ones for me that I was able to see was like Richard Dean Anderson, huge fan of Stargate, Colonel O'Neill and everything, so that was really cool to see him. I also saw Michael Shanks. Is his real name Michael? Daniel. His name is Daniel in Stargate, but anyway, I got to see Michael Shanks and that was cool. One of the coolest ones was I got to but I got to actually have a good conversation with Veronica Taylor, and she was the voice of originally Ash in Pokemon, and so that was just kind of surreal to hear her voice, because that was a voice that you grow up listening to when you're watching Pokemon as a kid. So I kind of have that show to help blame for me eventually, most likely probably developing like more interest in Japan and stuff, but that was awesome. Like, just sit and chat with her. She seems like a super nice lady. We got to say hi to her kid too, and yeah, that was really cool. We got her to sign a Pokemon hat, and yeah, that was a really interesting experience. She's super nice. I couldn't, if we get to bring her for one of the festivals in the future with Animathon or something like that, I for sure want to bring her. Um, yeah, so then I did Calgary Comic Expo. Next month we're going to. Actually, another funny thing was I was recognized at Calgary Comic Expo by somebody that watches this channel. So if you and his mom actually got my autograph too. So if you're watching this video, shout out. Thanks. That made my day. That made me smile and stuff to be like recognized like that. But yeah, shout out to you guys. Hope you guys enjoy that autograph. It's not gonna be worth much, but maybe it will be. You never know. But yeah, so we did that. We just promoted the hell out of the event. It went, pretty good. This month we have another Calgary event, so we're going to Oda Fest, which is the Calgary Anime Festival, similar to Animethon. So I'm excited to go check that out. It's not so much for me as it is for like the youth, more younger generation, I would say. But it's still good to go out there and enjoy the fandom. I remember growing up, like, that was one of the only releases for anime fandom when I was growing up in my city. So I do feel like I owe them a lot. And working with them is a great experience too. I've had a lot of fun. But yeah. So aside from chatting, I'm gonna answer some of you guys' questions. I'm just gonna pull them off of comments. I'm gonna pull them off of direct messages. So if you wanted it to be private, sorry, dude. I'm just gonna shout it out. So we got a question from LA. What is this? Chasin. He says, Yobi, just a question. Doesn't it worry you that you are not going to work on a job related to your major? So this is a good question. I get asked this question a lot by family and friends who are asking, why are you going to Japan? No, I'm not really stressed about that. My major is psychology. For me, it was more along the lines of, initially when I started going to university, I was really interested in psychology. But then the more I started studying it, I'm still interested with psychology and the human mind and all those concepts and consciousness and everything like that. I still find it really, really interesting. But I don't want to pursue that as a profession. Like, I don't want to become a psychologist, or I don't want to, work in that industry or anything like that. So the problem for me is my first 2 years of school, I took all of my major credits. I took a lot of psychology courses just back to back to back to back. So I pumped out a lot of those courses. Then I did my year abroad. Kind of opened my eyes a little bit to studying things outside of psychology. And then by the time I got back, I was like 3/4 of the way of being done school, a little bit, maybe 2.5, 3. So I was just like, yeah, I might as well finish this degree. It's still a really good degree to have because just the soft skills that you develop, like ability to do research, think critically, write, learn how to read really well, things like that. Like, I found that useful, and especially with me, because I ended up doing a business minor, I found it to be really good complement to that. And then I got more interested in business and marketing and things like that. So that's probably what I would have preferred, was maybe a commerce degree with marketing major, because I find my strengths are more aligned with maybe marketing and PR and things like that.